Okay, so let's start from the top. Approximately 1 year ago, January 2018, I started noticing a lump in my stomach. It wasn't big to me, but over the months that went by, it was growing, and eventually I started being unable to fit in some of my skirts, some of my dresses. My self-esteem was going lower and lower, and I just assumed that I would need to take a purge, or that I would have to go to the doctor for them to tell me that I need to change my diet. And because I was not having any pain, I didn't put the issue high on my list of priorities. So I eventually, in October, 10 months later, I went to a general practitioner, and after a short conversation, I told him what my problem was, what was causing me some issues. Eventually, after he decided that, after I told him what I like to eat pilau, he put me lay down with a nurse present, a female nurse present, and he inspected my stomach, and he told me that this lump in my stomach seems to be the same size as a 14-week baby, and he would like to have an ultrasound done immediately. And with the visit also being what it was, I had not budgeted for a doctor's visit, an ultrasound, and all these things. But because of the urgency with which the doctor spoke, I had it done one time, and they told me that I had a cyst with the measurements 12 by 11 by 10, I believe. And to me, it was bad, but I was not in pain, and I was still able to function just as I would have functioned before I knew. So I tried to continue doing the same things I was doing before. It was a nag in the back of my mind, always reminded me, you have this. From that doctor, I got a referral letter, which I could use to go to a private hospital or through the public healthcare system in Trinidad. Because I live in Chaguanas, and because the private hospital was entirely too expensive, I used the referral to go to Mount Hope. Now, the private doctor already told me that the next step would be to get a CT scan, so that they would be able to identify where and what things look like inside of me. A CT scan with contrast. On the next holiday, which I believe was Diwali 2018, sometime in November, I took it to the emergency department at Mount Hope Women's. All the little tidbits about what I expect with the emergency department will be in my book. What I will tell you though was that I was inspected vaginally, and that they did move around my stomach on the outside to see how big the cyst is. When the senior doctor read the ultrasound results, they told me, well, the next step would be to have a CT scan done, provided free of charge by Mount Hope. After the CT scan, I would have a surgery. And prior to the surgery, I was doing a lot of research. I was trying to Google as much as I could Google, and YouTube, and look for videos about what the experience would be like. And I wasn't able to find anything about our local hospitals. I wasn't able to get that in detail, someone sitting right next to me experience. I was not able to get the information that I wanted, information on what the night at the hospital would be like, what the staff would be like, what to expect, what the procedures are, what would go from one, what would be the process from one point to the next, what should I expect. And I have a lot of family and friends with well-meaning and very, very helpful information, but it wasn't the same as having someone say, well, you have this, I have the same thing, I went through the exact same thing at XYZ hospital, and you don't have anything to worry about. So I created a YouTube channel after the experience, and I wrote a book about my experiences. It includes what my personal experience with this stuff was like. It would also contain lists of what you would need in grocery, what you would need to take to the hospital, what you would need after for your aftercare, after surgery care, and you know, where to get it locally in Trinidad. It was definitely an unforgettable experience, and there are many things that I need to be grateful for now, that I am grateful for now. And you know, during a time like a surgery, you always see who you have in your corner, is what I'll say to you. My next couple of videos will contain what to pack when heading to surgery at Mount Hope, what to expect during surgery, and what your aftercare needs would be like, and how to get around the whole don't bathe for 2 weeks until your stitches are removed, and what the removal of the stitches was like. Comment below if you'd like to see a picture of what, or a very short clip of what the site looks like now, because I also couldn't find pictres of what it would look like. So you could, if you're interested in that kind of thing, you could comment below and let me know. Thanks for the support, guys. Like and subscribe.